Hi and welcome to applications.students. This is the stock in process part 3. In this demonstration we are going to show you how the product view mode and search mode is working. Okay, let's see the product details view mode web page. This is the product details view mode web page. IT supervisor can view the item details and then he can authorize it. So after authorizing the pending item, it will move to the authorized stock in items list. This is the product's search mode web page. The stock in authorized item list will be displayed as like this. Here we can search any item by using its serial number, brand name, or by its model. When user clicks on the search button, the search SDK in details method will execute and return a vector. So by using this vector, we can display details of the searched item or similar items. Do you know how we get the button submission? As you can see, there is a request.getParameter method defined in the above. Let's have a look at it for a moment. The browser uses two methods to pass information to the web server. First one is the get method and the second one is the post method. In the get method, the page and the encoded information are separated by a question mark character. The get method is the default method to pass information from browser to the web server, and it produces a long string that appears in your browser's location box. Never use the get method if you have password or other sensitive information to pass to the server. The get method has size limitation. Only 1024 characters can be in a request string. This information is passed using query string header and will be accessible through query string environment variable, which can be handled using getQueryString method and getParameter method of request object. And when we talk about post method, this method packages the information exactly the same way as get methods, but instead of sending it as a text string after a question mark character in the URL, it sends it as a separate message. This message comes to the backend program in the form of the standard input, which you can pass and use for your processing. JSP handles this type of requests using getParameter method to read simple parameters and getInputStream method to read binary data stream coming from the client. JSP handles form data passing automatically using the following methods depending on the situation. First one is getParameter method. You call request.getParameter method to get the value of a form parameter. GetParameterValues method. Call this method if the parameter appears more than once and returns multiple values, for example, checkbox. GetParameterNames method. Calls this method if you want a complete list of all parameters in the current request. The last one, getInputStream method. Call this method to read binary data stream coming from the client. Okay, now you have a better understanding of JSP form processing methods and methods to read form data. Now we will go back to our HTML code and see how our code is working in the JSP page. So as per our HTML code, the input tag uses its type as submit. The button's name is btn. We have kept the form action as blank and its method type as post. So when user clicks the button, a form submission will occur, and by using request.getParameter method, we can catch the button value and activate the search SDK in details method execution. Next, we will see how the search SDK in details method works. This is a public method defined in the stocking transaction class. It accepts three method parameters, as the first one is an integer type, second one is a stocking auth data type, actually it's an object, and the last one is stocking data object, and this method's return type is vector. Here we have made 4 SQL queries, and depend on the user's input data, only one SQL query will execute. So when user tries to search by using a serial number, then the first SQL query statement will execute. When user tries to search using brand name, then the second SQL query statement will execute. When user tries to search using model number, the third SQL query statement will execute. This is only a one way. There are several ways. This is just a simple way. And if user directly click on the search button, then the last SQL query statement will execute and retrieve all the authorized data. Since the SQL query is returning more than one row of data, we use the while loop. When the while loop is running, every time a new stocking data object instance is creating, a new stocking search data object instance is creating, a new product object instance is creating. So why we did like that? Because when the while loop is running, a new product object instance and a new stocking data object instance is adding into the stocking search data object. That same stocking search data object is adding to the vector. So if we didn't create a new instance objects, the previous row data will be replaced by the current row data. So at the end, you will get a vector which is having only the last row data. You will not get the other row data, because those raw data has been replaced by the last raw data. I hope you understood. Okay, next we will see how this vector works in the JSP page. This is how we create the header area of the data grid or data table in the JSP page. Next we will see how we open the vector to display data. So as you can see, we open the vector by using a for loop, and by using the stocking search data object, we convert each vector element to retrieve each row data and placed those getters in between HTML TD tags. Also, we created 3 hyperlinks. One is to view each stocking item, second one is to edit each stocking item, and the last one is to delete stocking item. Next we will see how we edit a stocking item. This is the end of stocking process part 3. Thank you for watching.